Welcome back to the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host Lance. Today is day 13 of our Whiskey Advent Calendar. I want to take a minute and just thank our Patreons for participating in this. And I want to thank all of you who don't have an Advent Calendar and are just following along to learn what bourbons you might want to hunt. Thank you guys all for following along on this awesome journey. Today I'm excited because this is one of my favorite bourbons ever that we are drinking today. It is Early Times Bottled in Bond. This is a liter bottle. They come in a liter, not 750 milliliters. It is bottled in bond, so we're talking 50% alcohol, 100 proof. This was flying under the radar for a while, and then people started learning about it. People started loving it. People started buying multiple bottles. I had multiple bottles bunkered. To make this Advent Calendar, you guys actually got my last bottle that I had bunkered. So that's how much you guys mean to me. And now that the words kind of got out, within the last few months, Buffalo Trace, or Sazerac, has now purchased Early Times, so I have a feeling, a horrible feeling, that this stuff is just going to become harder and harder to find. So I'm glad I got to share it with you, because that's the most important part of bourbon, isn't hoarding it away, putting it in a bunker, it's sharing it with the people you love. So cheers to that, guys. Let's get into the Early Times Bottled in Bond. Oh, it's so good. This bottle, it's a liter bottle, and I think I purchased it for $24. And that's why it's one of my favorites. It's bottled in bond, it tastes amazing, and it's value. There's so much value in this bottle, at least for now. So on the nose, it's really sweet, but there's a lot of oak there. Almost get like pecans, like sugared pecans. Maybe even some, definitely caramel and brown sugar. There's a ton of brown sugar on this. Maybe a hint of butterscotch. The nose is great. You just know, as soon as you nose this, okay, I'm about to drink something good. All right, let's go in for the taste. Cheers, guys. Yeah. That's just good. That's my favorite $20 bourbon that there is. It is so fantastic for the money. It's bottled in bond. The proof is just right. Balance of sweetness is just right. If there was ever a daily drinker, this is it. Let's go in for another taste. Yeah, you know, I think when I nosed it, I said I got pecans, which I hadn't really got before on this. And now, one of the flavors that's coming is, you know when you get like honey roasted peanuts, and they have that like, oh, I'm getting a little hug there. You have that like sugary shell. I'm getting the sugary shell. That's the taste I'm getting. It's so good. And everyone loves that sugary shell. That's the best part. Yeah, just brown sugar for days. Caramel, good oak, not overly oaked. The sweetness is perfect, doesn't dry out. Medium finish, not super long, because you want to go back into this fairly quick just to get that taste again, because it's so good. I love the balance of this. I love the value of it. You just can't beat it. Trying to see if I get any fruit notes. There might be a little strawberry note in there. Yeah, possibly. I mean, you have to go searching for it. But the prominent thing for me today, at least for my palate, is that like sugary shell on honey roasted peanuts and like burnt brown sugar. Maybe even butter now that I'm thinking about it. It is pretty kind of buttery and oily and viscous. When I started watching bourbon review channels and they used to come up with all these notes, I was sure as shit they were making it up. I knew they were making all these notes up. But the longer I drink bourbon, the more I get these notes. I have more things to draw from and more experiences in the past. And I start tasting a lot more things the further I get into bourbon, which is why I love it. And you know, you might taste something completely different than me, and that's okay. We all have different palates. Our palates are affected by what we ate earlier in the daytime, what time we're drinking bourbon, if it's in the morning or if it's at night. I had a steak quesadilla tonight that had onions, and so onions affect my palate a lot. So I'm getting things out of this glass that I normally hadn't got before, so it's really interesting to me. But it is just, it's always a good bourbon no matter what I've had, no matter what time of day I have it. And the value's insane. If you can find these, I know some people can't now, and I know it's getting hard because Sazerac bought it, but if you can find these, grab a couple for $24. I would grab all you can and put those away so you can have them and share them with people. I don't know what Sazerac's going to do to this brand. I don't know if this is going to be hard to find coming down the line, or if nothing is going to change, but people are already scooping them up just after the news that Sazerac bought it, so that sucks. But it's great bourbon, it's fantastic, and I am more than happy to share my last bottle with you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.